But seriously though, why am I making this video if someone already does it for me? Oh wait, my accent. Let me just... Now nobody's going to watch my video. If only there was another way to... Oh my gosh, this is so genius. Hello everybody, the name's Kratar and welcome to the world of chess. Another strategy based game, but it is quite more different than the Clash of Clans game that I played before. The common law about this game is that you have to defeat the opponent's king before they do the same to you. And hopefully do not make the same mistake as I did. Now I know that I am not the best player at chess, but I know the things about chess.com. Before I show the things about chess.com, I will show you this sick gameplay to prove that I am the best chess player of all time, and that was obviously sarcasm. Let's go. There are a lot of features in chess.com. I will still continue the gameplay since I really need revenue. Wait, I don't have monetization. I'm the smartest out there. Besides, how bad can this game be? Okay, I think I should sacrifice a bit. That was just a run-in-the-mill virus. I'll get over it the next round. To be honest, I could have done something better, but you know, I'm being threatened, so... GG's. I'm not really surprised if I created any blunders. Oh, misses. Fair point. So I just did a little sketch to give you viewers the mechanics of this game, for each pieces and what to do with them. Let's just ignore the pawns for a minute. Okay, so the horse looking thing is what I like to call horsey. Meanwhile, for chess players, they usually call it knights, in short. Now the mechanics of this knight is very peculiar because they usually do an L shape. They always do an L-shaped line, even if it's sidewards, upside down, or even inverted. They are mostly responsible for your forks, extra movements, and bait, despite the differences. Note that you cannot actually take your own pieces. I don't know why you would do that. Even so, it's not part of the rules, so it is what it is. But you can take the enemy's pieces, but make sure it's a higher value than yours. Take something that's free, or create an equal trade. Now, for the second one, we have bishops. Bishops are like sidekicks that do diagonal lines, and nothing more. If any of the opponent's pieces are on the different lane of this diagonal lines, then they are practically useless, unless they step in to the line. They do, however, serve a purpose. Whether you want to use them for bait, use it for defense, or something else. Note that all of the pieces have their own values, with bishops and horses having the value of 3. These, however, are called rooks, and they have the value of 6. Rooks only move at a horizontal or a vertical straight line. The only difference between rooks and bishops is that one is a cross, the other one is an X, like bishops. The reason it is a higher value than bishop because the movements are way easier and it has a better checkmate factor than the bishop. They usually start at the corner side of the chessboard as if they are the guardians. Huh, never knew I had this much knowledge despite having 800 ELO on my blitz. Okay, so this is the most powerful chess piece among all of them, which is known to be the queen. And it has the value of 9. The reason it is not equal to 2 rooks is because of the checkmate factor. The queen can move mostly anywhere around the board because this piece is a combination of both a rook and a bishop. Despite not having the abilities of a knight, it is still the most powerful chess piece, and I am glad it stayed that way. Because if it has the genes of a knight, then this would completely ruin the game. If I did not make myself loud and clear, queens, or the overpowered chess piece, cannot do a knight's move called L. And once again, I am glad that it stayed that way. By the way, I have a question. Why do they make Rule 34? The king is the most powerful yet the weakest chess piece among all of them. This chess piece has an unknown value and can only move one tile, basically a weaker version of the queen. In order to win this chess game, you have to capture or defeat the other opponent's king. In short, the enemy's king should be dead. I don't know if you viewers knew this yet, but the reason why the king is the most powerful yet the weakest chess piece among all of them is because it is basically your communicator and the main core, or as I like to call it, life support. If the king dies or gets captured, then everyone shuts down. Like everyone. Since the king is the core and the communicator of your pieces, it is best to make sure that your king should be protected at all costs and practically not to get captured if it means to sacrifice something. This type of encounter is what I like to call a check. This usually happens when an opponent's chess piece is pointing directly at your king. You either have to defend it with another piece or make sure it runs away safely. The king is usually the most powerful chess piece when it comes to endgames, and it is because it is very useful in the long run. Just make sure that your king is also protected so that it won't be a huge problem. But since I am yapping at this point, I am going to get another sketch. Checkmate usually happens when your king or your opponent's king has nowhere else to go and it's still on threat. And if they go anywhere else, then they would get captured. Checkmate usually occurs when it is a guarantee that you capture the king, like it has nowhere else to go. However, if there is a chess piece that can manage to defend your king or prevent the checkmate from happening, then this would be called check. Now, there is one more chess piece that I forgot to introduce called the pawns. Basically, they're the wall of China, but instead of bricks, they are people. They can only move forward as they are meant to go forward and reach the opposite side of the base. They have the ability to move 2 tiles if they are not moved, but once they move, they can only move once. Once they have reached their destination, they can promote into 4 types of chess pieces. The most useful chess piece among the 4 of them is the queen, but in some occasions, it's the knight. The rest are basically just the separate versions of the queen. Not to mention that pawns can only attack from the up right or the up left corner of their view and just continue on their merry way. Okay, so since I introduced all of the chess pieces and showed their mechanics, we are now heading to chess.com. Introducing chess.com. You can play this game, ignore my timeout, at the chess.com website, an app you can download for free, or use the QR code that I am displaying right now. I don't use premium, so I'll just get rid of this. All these choices are valid, so it is up to you to decide. This is your profile. This is where you will find the information that you made, such as your username, your real name if you added one, what country do you live in, mine is Philippines, the time you joined chess.com. I joined like 3 years ago, but I got banned due to being a bit offensive, if you know what I mean, and your status or bio. Mine is human. You can edit your information, but it can only show some of it because half of it are your personal information, and you don't want that to be leaked, do you? This is a shortcut to the 4 modes you have recently played. You can interact with them and see how you are going. Mine is decent. Thank you very much. There is a tab on how you are doing so far in the following days, weeks, or even years. If you want to see all these stats of a certain player, you can by pressing the stats tab. Not your actual stats tab in a more page. This is where you will find the entire search history, the entire progress of a certain player. You can interact on how he is doing for the following days, weeks, months, or even years. It is possible to interact with the profile and status of other players. Very legit. Some might not show in your stats or might be bugged, but it is still good. The comparing button is where you will compare any player to your elo. Of course, you would expect to compare yourself to other players and not someone like Magnus Carlsen, and you would know you already sucked at this point. It is just bugged, so deal with it. This is how many games you already have played. This is how many puzzles you already have solved. This is how much elo you have on your rapid, blitz, bullet, daily puzzles, and how many lessons you have finished. My puzzle rush is just bugged and daily 960 doesn't exist anymore. This tab shows the 20 recent games you have played. You can re-watch your past gameplay so that you can find and fix your mistakes. This is, of course, you can search for a friend in chess, either in your contacts if they are interested, Facebook friends if they are interested. This is different for everyone. Send an invite to supported sites or copy a link if they're interested, or add 5 random players somehow related to your level as a suggestion if they are interested. This is just a leaderboard and your only rival is your friends. You can either search for players or add the suggested chess players to your level. This is the awards tab where you can find the achievements you wish you had in real life. It is separated into 3 sections. Your badges, passport, it is just another way of saying you fought someone from another country, and books, which is just achievements from doing the specific moves. The next one is leagues. From pressing the trophy button, you will find yourself in a leaderboard which you are participating into whether you like it or not. The trophy and the opponents you are fighting change within success, week, or season, depending on how you go. I have reached to the legends. You can look back in the past leaderboards so to see your such progress. Some might not work, but it is good. There is a QR code where if you scan this QR code, you can be instantly friends with me and, play chess together. Okay, now, this is where the fun or frustration starts in chess. If you have friends, chess will recommend you to a game with a random friend of yours and challenge him if you wish to. This is where you do a quick play of the recent mode you played or have played the most. Wait, I forgot something. Wait, I really have forgotten something. I don't use premium, so I'll just get rid of it. There we go. Oh wait, premium. Premium unlocks the parts that holds your limit and remove them until they will come back unless you pay for it. If you are a newcomer, you get a 7-day free trial if you purchase a premium, of course. There are 3 types of premium. That is more expensive than my lunch money. We shall begin at the weakest to the strongest, to compare them, of course. The 3 chess.com premiums are Diamond, Platinum, and Gold. Starting at the weakest, the Gold Premium provides you with no ads, no limits for puzzles, access to extra luck bots, and unlimited lessons. There is a half discount for paying yearly because monthly is more expensive. Again, if you are new, you can get 1 week of free premium. The Platinum Premium is the same as Gold, but with unlimited game review, which I will get to that later, and the most popular, Diamond Premium. It is the same as Platinum, but with the unlimited coach explanations and no limits in insights, and it costs more than Robux. That is pretty much it. Back to the home page, there is a puzzle tab where you can play chess puzzles beginning in level 1 to I don't know. The chess puzzles will help you increase your knowledge in playing this game, and that is their sole purpose. There are more than 1 stages in this game, so you don't have to worry about repeating it over and over again. Your points will be deducted if you make any mistakes. Mistakes can actually deduct your chess elo, so just in case you're not sure, try using hints. It deducts less. It would be fine for the next 3 games if only you have premium. Oh wait, watch a video to unlock another 3 puzzles? Say less. If this is an ad to promote their premium, I swear I'm gonna...
Want to get better at chess and have fun doing it? Sign up for a Chess.com premium membership today. As a premium member, you'll get access to features like unlimited puzzles, where you can solve as many puzzles as you want, whenever.
The next one is the Daily Puzzles tab, which is pretty self-explanatory to be detailed.
Solve as many.
You can try to solve the previous puzzles if you want to. It will be waiting for you, because this is by far the only part of the puzzle section that does not need premium. The only issue is that it is not beginner friendly. The puzzles are absurd for low-level players, because these puzzles stick from 1200 ELO to beyond, but still gives out hints. If you are offline or not, you can try the bot section, which has bots of all levels, which is a great way to practice. You can fight all of these bots, if only you have premium! The next one is the lesson tab. This is where you will find the once a week lessons that will help beginners for their journey. You can watch all the videos at a fast pace. You can try your best to find the best moves, and you can use hints just in case you don't know the answer. It is really beginner friendly and it is very fun. You can redo your mistakes so that you can learn better. And you can watch them with no limits if only you had premium! These are your stats tabs, and this is the tab for the entire stats section. Again, this is almost everything you need to know about a player's basis. I may not have the perfect description, but it is up to you to decide and look it up for yourself. The game archive is literally your history of online chess gameplay, and it shows only 10 but 20 in your archive. That's pretty much it. You can try your best to review all of them. Just so you know, you need premium to actually use the insights. For self-analysis, it's free. It just uses stockfish. If you don't know what this means, you can let me know, because I really need to do something in my life right now. There is an option tab, a game review tab, an explorer, back and forward tab, which 2 of them costs premium. You can look through any of the 20 archives that you've recently played, but for the rest, I don't know. I've never tried it. Again, it shows only 10 outside the archive, but 20 inside your archive. Whether it's wins, loses, draws, rapid, blitz, bullet, etc, etc. The final part of the homepage is the play button. This consists of modes depending on what you like. Of course, there is the bullet mode, which makes games faster and is suggested for intermediate or masters. Blitz, good for fast gameplay. Rapid is casual and it is for all the chess players, and it is your casual game in real life tournaments. Daily is the longest because it takes 1 day up to 2 weeks. Below the daily is the more controls button and gives you options for your gameplay before you actually playing. The tournaments button is where you will play chess on live tournaments. But before I show anything else, I'm gonna do gameplays part 2. This is such a sick gameplay, chat. Good game, I guess. Now, this button is self-analysis, but better, as it shows facts from the loading screen and gives you the full details of your gameplay, especially every single thing. Now, let us begin. I may not have the best explanations, but it might be worth it. This over here is your scoreboard. The winning points are. The sides over here are your accuracy points, also known as game accuracy. This is the scale. This is a brilliant move where you have to sacrifice a piece in order to get a greater position or a guaranteed win. But I don't have that. The great move, however, is a move that is actually a pretty good move. This usually happens whenever your opponent makes blunders or mistakes. Or maybe somehow you made it by yourself, midway. The best moves are moves that are guaranteed by Stockfish, which is, you guessed it, the best move. Excellent moves are not as good as best moves, but it is still good, despite its differences, of course. Good moves are literally just moves that maybe is a bit off. Not really the best move, but it is still good. The book moves, however, are just rule moves that usually start the game. You don't have to worry since this happens all the time, so yada yada. Now, inaccuracies are one of the moves that are not actually as good because you might make up mistakes. But however, you can still redeem yourself as it's not too late, to be honest. It happens all the time, so as long as you do the best moves, it is still good. There is something below the inaccuracy which gives the best moves possible. You can rewatch it, review it, or witness it every single time. These are your key solutions, so deal with it. It always happens in the best of us, even if it happened once. If it's the best move, a great move, or a brilliant move, then you don't even need something like that. Okay, so mistakes are another horrible move which ruins your position, or it might be a midway blunder. Again, there is a key review if you have premium. Summarization. But since I do not have misses, I'll just explain it. Misses are like missed wins where you missed an opportunity to actually checkmate your enemy. Yeah, that's pretty much it. Okay, the last one would be a blunder. Blunders are the worst moves you could ever think of doing. It either guarantees a loss or a hanging piece, which doesn't benefit you at all. That is how I even got the great move in the first place. The reason I won is because of timeout. This is Blitz, so get over it. I mean there are a lot of options for you to pick, to be honest. It's not bad. It even shows everything you have done in this game and judge you properly. It would be fine if you had unlimited access to insights, aka Game Explorer, if only you had premium. Before starting a game, you have the ability to cancel before it even starts. If you do not make any moves at the moment, you have the ability to abort the game. You can rematch and find another opponent, but in the options tab, you get the ability to have access to a new game, rematch the opponent, share a game, and settings. The things below you are just a shortcut to your information. That's pretty much it. Okay, now, for the real part. The options tab has 3 options, either to draw or abort, and settings. These options exist if you had not made any moves at all. In the middle game, you have the ability to draw, resign, and, well, settings. This is basically another type of settings. Hold on, I forgot to make a move. Okay, so this is the live chess settings where you can pick an option for your liking. It gives you benefits in chess.com. It does help in the end games. Okay, back to my sick gameplay. Not to mention that the chat tab literally is a chat page where you can interact with the opponent and maybe humiliate or show off. I was that type of person once, but I got banned due to this reasoning. Also, the back button lets you re-watch the entire chess move that you have made or look at the top. And forward basically makes you go back to your position. In case you don't want to press backward and forward all the time, below the chess.com logo is literally the moves that you have played, which is basically a history of your gameplay. There are details in this game, from the fact you can see how many pieces you have captured on both sides, having a timer, and what your Wi-Fi is. Basically, the more the better. That's what she said. See, I won. There is nothing to worry about here. Okay, let's check the game review now. I've already checked it once, so I'm gonna check this twice. Oh, come on. Can you at least make it go? The The tournaments button is where you will play chess on live tournaments online and reach the top, if you can, that is. You can only find Bullet, Blitz, and Rapid in this game, but if you can find something else, then you might be lucky. Watch yourself as you reach the leaderboard or just quit midway. There is a timer, of course, so you don't have to worry. And there are a lot of games to choose from. You can still access all of them, but some of them costs premium. I'm not gonna shout out premium again so that it won't be boring. If you play chess tournaments, you might know the Open Swiss or the Hyperspeed game. Basically a much more harder chess gameplay. Note that I am running out of data. The daily section in tournaments is basically live chess tournaments but planned on a specific date. Trust me or not, just go outside. The more players that will join a specific tournament, the more it is likely to have pro players in the tournament or an OP master of all sides. I don't even know what to do in this situation though. I can't compete with this one. So players would intend to quit at the moment they see this, or not. Some play with Stockfish, but they get banned for the next 5 games. That's pretty much it. Good job, chess.com. Okay, next up, my daily is not working again. Never mind that. Okay, I spent 200 pesos on my load, so okay, I'm back now. Basically, the daily button is referencing to the in real life competitions. I do not know what they are, since I do not actually pay attention to these, but they might be tournaments since they are here. Knowing that the fact that, of course, with every tournament you can also chat before the game even starts. The game section is literally your opponents fighting live in chess.com, not physically though. Since I can't even send anything, I'll just keep my mouth shut about the chat option. This is what the tournament chat looks like, and this is what the game section looks like. This is live, by the way. Anywho, if my information is partially correct, you can check the game out yourself and let me know. The player friend tab is where you play chess with your online friends, not in real life people. Challenge them as you wish, if they are interested, of course. The VS Computer button is literally the bots tab, where you challenge offline bots and you can pick a certain option to make the game easier, but for pros, pick challenge mode. The custom button is where you pick a mode if you do not like the casual timer and make things more epic. Like these. It's so cool, and at the same time, it's literally hard to do. Trust me, it might not be worth it, so try your best. The Pass and Play is another offline 2-player chess game so that you could play with someone next to you in real life. It has a custom and you can change the names so you could go crazy with it without taking any consequences, unless your friend is very offended. It depends on you or your friend what to decide, but it's basically just this. If you don't know what this means, it's called Run the Die Pockets. There are options which can help both parties in mind, to be honest. Reviews act like normal, so just ignore the fact that I literally played it like this, or else you would lose elo. Since we have finished the home section, we will move on to the puzzle section. The puzzle section is where you will find all the puzzle modes found in chess.com. There is your typical puzzle that costs premium, a daily puzzle, which I already solved it by the way, chess puzzle that has a limit whether it is time or lives, a chess puzzle that challenges others to the game of chess but you have to find the best moves and not fail. You only have 3 lives by the way, so make it count. The puzzle rush and the puzzle battle are the same, but one challenges online, the other one is basically a single player scenario if I am correct. The chess puzzles usually gets harder each time, so there's basically a tiebreaker. Fail all 3 and you lost. You can redo your mistakes by going back to the part where you failed and try your best to, of course, succeed. Mistakes happen to the best of us, so don't harsh yourself for it. I am afraid if you do not have premium, you can't do this again until tomorrow. But it's worth a try though. I did my best. In the puzzle battle, there is a time limit in order to make sure it ends, so ups to the ups for that. Win or lose, it's the same thing. And as you can see, I won. Bruh. The last part of this section is another custom. This chess puzzle creates its own puzzles or make puzzles that you have missed in your previous games and of course find the best moves. It would have been really great doing puzzles over and over again. If only you have premium, of course. If you actually have premium, good for you. The next one is the learn section. These are all the videos that newbies or intermediates need to watch and learn. It makes beginners learn so quickly though. You actually need to pay premium over time. Check out all the sections, which actually gives you the benefit of the doubt if you are a beginner. It actually makes you a good player from time to time if you have premium. If you are free to play, then you can try your best to be active in game. There is a leaderboard about it, so don't worry. The practice section gives you games that will make you practice and earn a lot of elo by just practicing a specific move. It's very worth it. If you have premium, then you will have a lot of practice. The next one is the openings, which explains every single combination and move that begins in the specific openings, of course. Honorable mention that D4 and other openings are also available, but they are small. The drill section is basically almost everything you need to know about moves, either by attacking, defending, endgame fundamentals, and so on. Next is a custom position which makes you create your own type of positions and specific counters you want to practice. You can basically edit every single thing here, but as long as there is a king and a piece nearby, it is still affirmable. And again, you can create your own type of encounters and situations in order to practice your motives. I don't know what will happen later, but it will be fun. It is up to you to decide if you're interested, however. The last one is called Load FEN, which is the end part of the practice, where you could copy and paste a situation in order to publish it here and give some analyzations. Speaking of analyzations, there's the analysis button, which is pretty self-explanatory. Keep in mind that the learn section is where you can learn chess without the help of your also dear YouTubers, your family, or your imaginary friends. You can find intermediate lessons and it would be limitless if only you have premium again. I know it might be boring for you, so it is up to you to find it out yourself since I do not have the gold pass. The analyze button is basically where you basically analyze and find the best moves. The watch button is where you'll find top tier chess players that clash each other, articles related to chess streamers on Twitch or YouTube, I think, and the suspicious websites of chess.com. I do not use Twitter. Again, I did not use Twitter. I won't say X. Again, it is up to you to. The last section is the more section where you will find all the information you can find about yourself, chess, or chess.com. Since I already explained most of these, I am going to describe the other ones. Actually, I'm going to describe it quickly. So basically, the first one is premium, of course. The second one is the stats option, aka stats section, where you can, so that you can look on someone's status in this game, compare with others, etc., like Magnus Carlsen or whatever. Again, it is bugs, so get over it. This is the section where you can find the information about another one's status. This is the part where you can change the chessboard and the chess piece of your game if you do not like the original. If you want to pick your own, you can find the custom, where you could customize only your chess piece and the board style. If you want to have a different chess piece on a different chessboard. It is legit, so try your best to find the best one. You can use your local image to create your own background in your chessboard by personalizing. The last one is the custom sounds. Sadly, you cannot pick a local sound from your storage. You can just pick the choices above, but I like the sounds that resemble a metal pipe. The awards section are awards that you wish you had in real life, such as achievements you can obtain once, passports you can obtain once in each country, and books you can obtain once as well. The next one is your friends, which you can find in chess.com online or the suggestions below. The next one would be messages, which you can interact with other players, intend to challenge them of course. The next one would be settings, which we might know as your personal info and other types of settings. The next one are insights, which gives to show the strengths and weaknesses of a player, watch their history in chess, and view their performance trends, such as Hikaru, having all of his stats and information about this gameplay, his or her ratings, and so on. But as a free-to-play player, you can only find some as a demo, so you need premium. Next one is Vision, which is a personal challenge due to the fact it is a practice mode. The videos button came from the lessons section, where you can learn and practice every single move in chess, of course. It is a Next one is Solo Chess, which is basically a single-player chess game where you have to capture every single piece without leaving two behind, only one. Pieces that I have captured twice will turn red, so be careful about your choices because you can make mistakes along the way. There is an option where you can restart and seek help, start over, or undo. There are no hints in this game. Games like these tend to go harder the more you go, so you try your best to succeed as there are like limits such as a challenge, practice, and crazy mode. Next one are events, which is basically in real life chess events and tournaments that happen around the world. I might be wrong about this one, but it is up to you to find out. There are past events that you can find out later if you look it up, but it is a result of gameplay, either in real life or in online. You can watch these gameplays as long as you like, but it is up to you. The next one is the leaderboard, which tells everyone including your ranks in either global, international, or such in either blitz, rapid, bullet, days, and so on. The next one is the player leagues. It's basically the same thing I have mentioned before. This is just a personal leaderboard. The Chess TV is an online video which brings you to a random Twitch streamer that plays chess. I don't know, maybe it came from chess.com, but it is up to you to decide. The next one is article, which is just news in chess.com. The next one is the watch button, where you can watch all of the players play chess. The only ones that exist are the top ones, like grandmasters and high elo players. You can watch their games in order to actually learn from them, so you can use their tactics and moves for your own purposes, and hopefully win the battle. If you press one of these games, you might realize that this is actually a live scene. So you are actually witnessing the greatness of masters and high elo players. Well, that was quick. Anyways, these are the tournaments that you can watch actually. These are the forums, aka an information journal, where you can watch every single feedback, topics, and information about their status, and so on. These are the clubs, where you can join a specific group to play with, which is actually cool. The next one is the news. This is like the article, but more serious. This is the other apps button, where you are transported to either Google Play, Huawei apps, or any type of app store that exists in your device. There are different types of chess games other than chess.com, which is quite similar to the original. You can try these out, but it depends if you are interested, of course. Back to chess.com, this is the membership button, where you basically watch every single premium that you hopefully have money for. This is where you can find answers of your question. This is where you can report about an issue about a player or yourself, about the terms and service, or something else. This is the help section, where you can find every single information about what to do in scenarios like problems and so on. Oh my gosh, I finally did it. Well, I can't just do gameplay right now since that would waste your time, so I'll just put my video here. I'll just end my video here. Well, thank you guys for watching, and I hope you enjoyed the video. It is a very long video because I have shown information about this game, but I'm glad I did. Thank you so much for watching this far, since I never knew someone like you would actually made it this far. I am impressed. Thank you so much for watching, and I will see you on the next one. Please let me know your suggestions so that I can try to do my best. See you later. Bye!